David,
Ladies and
Danny's doing a.
gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome inside the Asylum on YouTube. Let me go ahead and share this with our group members here so people know we're live.
What's up,
Nate
everybody?
Maxon here with you, David Gold, Archie Mitchell, and Nick Francis. What's up out there, guys?
What's up, Nate?
Not much.
We're just wanting to hang out with you guys tonight, let you in on our YouTube. Let me.
That's right.
I'm going to type this up right now. We are finally live because we are on Magic Time. I'm just going to say I meant Central Standard Time, not Eastern.
Are you sure?
You didn't mean waffle?
I have cake brownies being made, but I don't have any waffles.
I just have buttermilk ranch dip. Oh, yeah.
Why?
Mm.
No
Why
chips,
not?
but you have dip. I don't
Oh,
understand.
chip.
Oh, you
Chip.
have chips? Oh, okay.
Right. Right.
I'm right there with you. It's close
Oh.
enough.
Yeah.
And you don't need dip for barbecue.
Exactly.
That's like double. That's like being greedy. Sounds like
Alright.
something I would do.
So who watched Raw last night?
I have
did
not.
not.
I'll listen to it.
I have not yet watched it.
Fast forward through a lot of it.
That
I know
seems
you
to be
normally
that seems
do
to be-
that,
yeah,
but-
that seems to be the
Seems
trend.
like the same matches every week.
No, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it was very jobber heavy.
I watched the top
was.
10. You're not spoiling it for me. I saw what happened.
You know.
Of course, they're pushing Lashley again. I don't understand that. All of a sudden, as a monster.
Do y'all think it looks like Jinder Mahal may get another push again?
I think they're going
Yeah.
for.
Oh, please, for the love of God, I hope
I-
not.
I think we're heading toward Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal because of three-man
Ugh.
band thing. I
Yep.
think that's where they're going.
I
Well,
agree.
then why did they fire Heath Slater? Wouldn't he even been like the greatest referee ever for that match?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
I think my biggest concern right now is that they're pushing these guys again that they pushed 14 other times. It's like Sheamus again. Didn't we get this 3 other times already?
why is Sheamus hiding right though? He's going to molest Michael Cole because he keeps mentioning Jeff Hardy. It makes no sense.
And then I don't understand this. They let go Rusev, but yet Lana's still there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
are we
Lana,
getting?
Lana needs to seriously get the blonde hair back because she's looking dirty these days. Like I don't know. She looks like she needs a shower. I don't know. She's still gorgeous, but it ain't the same woman anymore.
I would be pissed if I was sitting at home unemployed while my wife was strolling around with another man. Still,
Right. Right.
Storyline, I'm there. I'm backstage. I'm traveling. I'm still at the company. I don't give a crap what you ask my wife to do for the most part. But now I'm gone.
Yeah.
That doesn't look right.
It's kind of like the Candido Sonny situation back in the
Yep.
day.
Right.
It's kind of like another situation too, but not as bad. But I don't want to bring it up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Someone else's wife being stolen. Didn't think that would happen. Think about it for a minute.
Yeah, I got you.
I got you. Okay.
I don't understand why they would do that though. Why not let Lana go too? She really serves no purpose right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she's not a
dead.
wrestler. She's with Lashley, who's really boring when he's not in TNA.
If they were thinking about the storyline, about continuing the storyline, then you have Rusev on one last show. He beats Lashley down, and Lana helps him, and then get rid of both of them.
Right.
Yeah. I
That was
agree.
the whole point. If they're like, "Oh, we didn't want to let Lana go because of the Lashley storyline," I get it, but
because they've never fired anybody when in the middle of a storyline and worried about the storyline. I mean, come on.
I don't get it.
I don't understand. Excuse me. I don't understand what I want to say was the only good thing that they're doing right now on either one of the main rosters to me. That one, I think Drew is being pushed well as a face champion.
If he had a crowd, he'd be great.
However,
oh yeah, absolutely.
However, one problem with that is they've created because I think him and Zelina have a good chemistry as the heel manager and the babyface, but then they essentially take this heel group that she's built and all they do is run away from him. So they're like the least
Yeah.
ineffective ever.
Last
Like
week she yelled at them to help Andrade, and the two of them just looked at her like, "What? What should we do?"
yeah,
And it made me think, are these guys morons? I don't understand.
They remind me of, I can't remember their name. Oh, the Singh brothers. That's what they're reminding me of right now.
Mhm.
Slightly, yeah, slightly.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
but
Like
yet also
they
there
are.
was
Theory is
one real
great.
badass who they're pushing, and that's and now those two guys are like,
Punked out at every turn. Yeah.
But yet all
Yeah,
three of
keep
them have
losing.
talent.
Mhm.
And Apollo Crews should have been pushed years ago. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but you saw they wrote what happened. You saw Raw, so you know they wrote him off of Money in the Bank.
of course they did. Even though he
But
should be
they're
pushed.
saying it's not storyline though. They're saying it's legit.
He really hurt himself.
Yeah.
But before that he was hurt, right?
Right,
Or,
right.
Okay. Well, I guess, but there goes his push now.
Yeah.
So
Okay, here's something else though. Are they really going to go through with making these wrestlers start at the bottom of Titan Towers and work their way up the building?
It would.
For Money in the
I've
Bank?
I heard rumors that it may have already been like that pre-recorded stuff,
Yeah,
like
it's
Undertaker and
pre-recorded.
AJ.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm looking for it to be something.
This might
Like
actually
that,
be
you know,
fun.
a little-
Yeah, this might be
Yeah,
hysterical.
oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I see
Yeah.
a Cannonball Run kind of theme. Like everybody trying to move into the elevator, and then one guy pushes everybody out and gets in and goes up the stairs. And
I was gonna say that play the Benny Hill music the whole
right.
time.
I mean, that could actually be pretty fun. I'm just, I don't know. They said apparently a lot of the matches were pre-taped and have that Undertaker funhouse match kind of feel to them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I guess they felt those were the best segments during WrestleMania, so they had to keep adding them. Might as well.
But too much. It's one of those things where I think that wrestling fans who want to see wrestling
Right.
will forgive it during the circumstances. But
Right.
when things go back to normal, I hope they don't keep trying to, because Vince has always said, "I make movies, pal." So I'm hoping that this isn't his well, he's thinking that this is going to be the new norm for wrestling. Because
I'm thinking that Vince watched a lot of Lucha Underground recently and saw the way that was filmed. That theatrical feel to it. I'm joking, of course, but that's the way it's feeling to me. That can't be, Look, I didn't like the Boneyard match, not because of the way it was filmed. I thought it was filmed great. It was kind of filmed for like a made-for-TV movie.
Mhm.
But then I did like the Funhouse match strictly because of how much it poked fun at John Cena and the way they kept going back to Cena's past.
Mhm.
If they do something like the Funhouse match with the Money in the Bank match, then by all means do it. But definitely don't do what they did with the Boneyard match, where it looked. I swear to God, we were in the Asylum chat, and I kept making the joke. His ponytail disappeared because it did. It did.
Well, here's the problem I have with that, because a lot of people are arguing with me. Well, Taker does that all the time, like he reappears. I'm like, yes, he does. The lights go out,
Right.
and he reappears. So in the back of your mind, most wrestling fans are like, it makes sense. He pops up, lights went out. It makes sense.
Mhm.
With the whole AJ Styles, it's like he's first of all, Undertaker sounded like he was dying. He's like,
I really honest to God thought they were doing a heart attack angle.
Right.
I thought he was dying, and then
Right.
he's out cold in the grave, beat down, and then goes, "Whee," the lights pop on, and there he is. Come the fuck on. Now, if he did what he normally does, and AJ Styles is over him and his hand pops up,
Right.
or a slam, or he sits up, then I'm marking out, because that's what's normal. But
They didn't know what Undertaker was fighting AJ Styles in that match, because he was American Badass mixed with normal Undertaker mixed with the Devil, and it wasn't panning out. Everything was being used at once.
it was bad.
Have any of y'all went and bought the dirt yet off the WWE shop?
I bought 5. I'm raffling them all off tomorrow.
Are you out of your mind? All right, look, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to get some dirt. I'm going to put Oldie's dirt and see how it does.
Right.
No?
I was going to
If
say
that's-
we have an authentic pube from the toilet that Steve Austin gave Brian Pillman a swirly in,
right.
Mhm.
and I'm going to sell you that for
It'll be all
55.
curled and like an egg. And they'll be like, why is it a super egg? Well, I mean,
I have a pair of underwear that Mark Henry was wearing during the Mae Young pregnancy storyline. If anybody wants them, I mean,
I got the real hand that they pushed out of her from myself.
Just
That
want
was
to let the viewers know, if you are watching us live, comment your name, because I'm not going to be able. I don't want to write down like micro penis 63 or something on here. So
that's funny.
write your name or comment your
That
name.
is funny.
And if we
Who
get
would
enough,
put themselves that username?
if we get enough
Somebody
people,
commenting with the username micropenis. That's pretty cool. I mean, it takes the balls to admit what you truly have, I guess. I mean,
at the end of this conversation, one of these gentlemen will run a randomizer for me with those names, and we'll give away some free shit. Speaking of, we were talking about modern WWE product. I like the Bray Wyatt Braun Strowman saga right now.
I love it. I love
I
the
do
whole
too.
popping up. I think that's
Yeah.
the best thing they got going for
I
them
love
right
it.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly would love if Bray. A lot of people might argue with me. I'd love if Bray won and then convince Braun to rejoin him. I think that'd be cool.
If they're gonna go with a theatrical motif for that match as well, I kind of would like to see Alexa Bliss involved more, because if you saw during the interview they had a couple weeks ago on A Moment of Bliss, you know, when he saw the package, he was like, "Oh, my girl, Little Big," and you know, so Bray would need to attack him somewhere. Where else but Alexa Bliss?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think if they're going to do a
Yeah.
theatrical theme, that's the best way to do it. Would be him kidnap Bliss during the match or something, and then maybe have her turn and join Bray. So now Braun joins Bray.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I would like to see if they have Liv doing her dark thing right now. I would love to see them finally debut Sister Abigail and give Liv that role like she should.
that would have been the right move, but I don't think that Vince has faith to do a Sister Abigail,
It's not
character.
too late. You got her going dark now a little bit. You know, you've already kind of
Thank
changed
you.
her up. It's never too late. In my opinion.
It isn't.
Well, the way
especially
that they book, they just change shit on the fly anyway, so it doesn't matter.
right, right.
I hear Vince is being made fun of a lot backstage, and people are losing a lot of faith in him.
Well,
I am too.
Friday. What the fuck was that Friday? Like, if this is Vince McMahon, we really do have a senile
Guys, he looked like the Crypt Keeper.
And his voice, and he was just babbling on and on about.
It kind of looked like they blew wind into him so that he could speak. You know, like they took one of those things and were like, pump him up and then I'll talk. You know, and I know he was making inside jokes with Triple H, but we as fans don't know what those jokes mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you got to talk in our language a little bit. Terrible. This is horrible. You're boring as shit. Okay, great. Well, what do you want to do? You know, it's like, I don't know. The phone call with Ric Flair and with Stephanie was hysterical during that moment with Triple H. Shawn Michaels was funny.
Oh, when she was like, "You lazy-eyed son of a,"
yeah,
that was great.
It was perfect. It was perfect. You know, and then Rick telling Triple H, "Don't let Shawn super kick you to end the show." I was waiting for that. I thought that might be what happened, but
Mm-hmm.
I like when they shut the lights off on him. That was funny.
yeah, that was funny. Are you going to make us leave? Are you
Are we leaving? All right then. That's probably what would happen if I was main eventing. Lights would go out.
But I mean, it was a good segment. But the rest of the show, like you mentioned, Nate, Zelina Vega has been great as a manager. They just need to pump up her faction a little bit more and give those guys a chance to be badass.
You said to pump up her faction. I like it.
That was taken out of context.
I mean, you did earlier, Nate, say put them in and take them back out. I mean,
Yeah. You know, Drew has been a great champion, and I think with enough, if there were 20 people in that arena and they were cheering for him, it would still be something.
yeah.
You know,
which is something they've totally missed the mark on. They need to have people in there.
why aren't they doing what AEW does by putting the wrestlers in the arena?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
You
I think
know,
they said that because they were in Florida. I think they had a reasoning behind that because they've been in Florida. They've been a little more strict, so they
so
didn't want the people in the crowd because they wouldn't be 6 feet apart.
so
Apparently,
you mean 200 miles between Georgia to Florida is that difference in strictness?
I mean it's a different state.
I get no, I agree with you, but
I think
look,
that was their reasoning behind it because at least that's what I was told is that they can only have like a certain limit of people at ringside due to the COVID. So that's why they haven't put the crowd there. And
right,
AEW got away with it because of the state they're in or where they're filming.
right,
You-
right.
That's just what I don't. Like I said, I don't know for
Well,
sure, but
I
I'm just
read
thinking that.
something. I read something on Instagram, which is a guy who actually does get his news from a reliable source. That Dave Meltzer read a note that he received and was given to the state of Florida's mayor that was from a wrestler that works for the WWE that stated the wrestlers are very scared. They're afraid they're going to get COVID and they're not being tested the way they should. And they're being made to wrestle at the drop of a hat and not allowed to shower afterwards. And then they just get thrown out of the building. And if they say they're not going to wrestle, they're being told they'll be fired. So I don't know if
I
it's true
seen
or
something.
not, but
I seen something today on browsing Facebook about they're granting the release of any WWE star that
Yeah,
I guess
any-
wants to go.
anybody that wants out can go. Real quick,
Yep.
for the new people that are coming into the video, I said earlier, comment your
Hi,
name
everybody.
in the comments. And at the end of this, probably another 15 minutes, maybe. At the end of this, we will give away some free shit in the Asylum on the YouTube
Now-
page. So
you're granting a release to anybody. So that means if Drew McIntyre walked up to Vince McMahon right now and said, "Look, I don't want to be your champion anymore. I want to quit," he'd give him a release.
That's what I understood, but
You know what I mean?
that's what I understood. Yeah, I mean, that's,
I mean, they're
Wow.
pushing Jinder Mahal again, so yeah, he probably could.
Right? Hey, Jinder, you're going to win the title.
Mahal and the Singh brothers will pop back up. Maybe Great Khali will come around too.
Jesus.
Ugh. God, what a blemish on the world championship. Khali holding it.
Now, I have a
And
question.
when he raised it upside down, come on.
I
on.
have a dumb question. It's a pet peeve that I've noticed the last 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Does it bother anyone when you see the wrestlers still playing to the crowd even though there's no crowd?
yes, it's goofy.
it does.
It's
It
Like,
so
does.
you
goofy.
see Apollo Crews jump on the ropes and he's like this, and you're like, who are you looking to cheer you right now? Michael Cole?
Like, whenever I walk in the living room, whenever I walk in the living room and the cats watch me do the Randy Orton,
I mean, if Nick and I had a match that we would have to do that, that would be our crowd. So,
I mean,
it does
be
look
like,
goofy.
come on. Ooh.
It does look goofy, but I think the perception is that we're still business as usual, so we're going to still do what they're supposed to do.
And I get that, but hold on, though, David. You make Jinder Mahal have a jobber entrance on Raw when there's a full crowd because you're trying to save time.
Mm-hmm.
But when there's no crowd, you make him come to the ring and be like, come on, cheer for me. Who is
No one will ever
Jinder
cheer
Mahal
for
right
Jinder
now?
Mahal.
So what you're saying, Archie, he's getting the same crowd reaction that he got before.
More than likely, but my point is you're telling I know it's probably been telling them play to the crowd, but
Am I the only one waiting for Hogan to come out and beat Mahal's ass? Like, yeah.
he did it to Muhammad Hassan. Why not
That's
Mahal?
why, that's why I'm saying that. That's why I'm waiting for it.
Steve Mullen agrees with Goldie. He says Khali was a shitbird.
Yeah. I mean, it was just garbage. It was garbage. He should have never held the belt. I mean, come on. I mean, he's probably a great person, but
Look, I know we all know it's because Vince likes giants and muscular guys and that's great and well. But he sees that it's the smaller guys that get over, the guys who are like 6 foot and 240 pounds. Otherwise, Drew
more like
McIntyre would have been
5'8",
world champion.
180 like Daniel Bryan.
Well, right. You've seen guys like that get over. So to think that the great Khali was going to be a major star, bad move. Oh,
It was just another Giant Gonzalez for Taker to beat.
right. But then after Taker beat him, he stuck around with Hornswoggle.
And then he danced. And he had a stupid
Right.
team. They made him worse. It was great. I mean, it was all right when he's like a badass guy who doesn't give a shit about anyone, but now you're gonna make him dance.
Look, we have nothing for Kali. What should we do? Put him with Natalia and Hornswoggle. Okay. I mean, like, really?
No, let's put him with someone called my mama. You know, that would have made, you know,
Yeah.
sense. I mean, every badass heel, are they going to make him dance now? You know?
That's what happens. Vladimir Kozlov.
Yep.
Um,
At least Snitsky punted a baby and said it wasn't his fault. At least that was
Yeah, right. Snitsky never really went to the comedy routine, right?
right. The only person I would say that really pulled it off from being like a arrogant heel was Sandow. Like people loved when he was doing that. So, but then you ruined it. Like you fucking ruined it. You had everything going for you, and you ruined it.
They do that with everything.
They don't know how to handle a good pop. They're like, oh, Daniel Bryan's so over. Let's have Kane chokeslam him and him lose the belt now. You know, let's ruin it.
It's like something happened in 2006, I think, where they were like, we don't remember how to do this anymore. Like, we don't.
CM Punk's the biggest thing since sliced cheese. Let's have him wrestle Kevin Nash. That makes sense.
But never have the match.
But never have the match.
They didn't.
Let Punk and Nash trade promos for 3 weeks, but never actually have a match because we know Nash will probably blow out his quad if they do.
He'd blow both of them out like Vince did in one night.
Right.
Looked like he shit his pants. He's like, oh, shit. Oh, that was funny.
I noticed something too with NXT, but it's been happening on the main roster. When these women turn heel, they automatically change their hair color.
Bailey. It's not just
Bailey got a short haircut. Io Shirai was just brown hair when she turned heel, red stripes in her hair. And now Candice LeRae, who's married to Johnny Gargano, turned heel, and she's got great silver blue hair.
Remember Ivory? Remember?
Yeah, but why is that the norm?
Holly?
You're a heel now. You can't have the same hairdo. Why? Can you imagine if wrestlers did that?
I mean, Sheamus got the Hulk when he went heel. I get it. I mean, maybe it's like
Archie.
What?
Or does that mean that you got to color your hair now?
Well, I haven't colored my hair because of COVID. I'm just gonna stay gray as long as I can until this is over. It's like it's sort of like the Red Sox when they grew the beard to get to the World Series.
Yeah.
No, the truth of the matter is I ran out of hair dye last month, and that was the same day they decided to make the lines at Walmart where you got to wait online.
It's funny in Boston how everyone cheats. I'm bringing up the Red Sox, but anyway, going on.
Has anybody been into a Walmart lately?
No, because of that, I won't sit online for an hour to get in Walmart. It's just not worth it.
The Walmart here, obviously, I'm in a rural area, so I'm not as busy as where you're at, Archie. But the Walmart here has the social distancing crap in effect now. It's supposed to make things more organized. I went in there a week and a half ago. I told my wife, if this is the way it's going to be now, I'm never going into Walmart again because it was more chaotic than it was before. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like, I want nothing to do with this ever again.
They haven't put ours on that. They put these metal gates up, but they let anyone in. It's not like there's no line anymore. It looks like they gave up.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's a line wrapped around both.
I don't think ours are doing it, thank God. But I haven't went in really. I mean, I used to flock to go into Walmarts to figure hunt and stuff, but now I'm like, as I drive past them.
Right, it's not worth it.
It's more
you know what? It saves me the hassle to pay a guy an extra $10 on one of our groups for the MOC or Elite I want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Rather than waiting through Walmart and sitting there online. I drove past the other day. It's hailing. It's raining and hailing. People have umbrellas and they're in a shanty town waiting to get inside Walmart. I'm like, really?
I mean, have you seen the fast food lines too? I mean, they're all on the buildings.
It just used to be Chick-fil-A. Now it's every restaurant.
I mean, sometimes I have to get it because I'm traveling or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, man, I'll go ahead and grab some Popeyes. I'm in line for half an hour now, 45 minutes. Like, I get no lunch anymore. You know, it's like, what the hell? It's crazy. I mean,
Walmart has a line. Like you said, fast food has a line. Home Depot has a line, which, okay, I understand Home Depot because if you need, stuff to fix the home. The supermarket has a line. You go to Target, there's no line, so nobody wants to deal with Target. It's just like the hell with it. Too much and too expensive. They have nothing.
Oh, Target is like, you're right. There is no line at Target, but I think they've handled the distancing better than anybody else, though.
Well, yeah, no, they have somebody watching the line so that way everybody's 6 feet apart, and they only open one register at a time, so one person can be at the register rather than.
Here's an example. I'm going to use these figures. I'm going to use Goldust and one of the Singh brothers, right? Just because, right? So they have the 6 feet, right? So imagine, here we are in line. I got him the wrong way. Here we are in line, right? Right? So let's put 6 feet apart just for visualization, right? So this guy's ahead of me and he's ringing up. And then there's a second till. Like, think of 7-Eleven. There's 2 tills. You know what I mean? So when he goes, I can take the next person, and I'm just looking around. She's like, you come on up. I'm like, no, I can't, because then I'll be right here next to you. Right. That's not 6 feet apart, lady. And they're doing that in the 7-Elevens. She'll call me up, and then she's like, are you ready, sir? I'm like, you can take someone else.
Right. I've done it. I go to a little bodega.
Sorry, I had to talk like that, but you can take someone else.
And there's a woman in front, and I'm staying 6 feet, and she's pulling 85 things, which I've never understood actually shopping at a bodega for your groceries. You should do it at a market, but whatever. And the guy's like, you know what? You can come up because she's going to be a while unpacking her groceries. I'm like, no, I can't because she's still at the head of the line. I don't want to be on top of her. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I would like that lady to finish before I go and sit next to her because of the 6 feet rule. He's like, you're being ridiculous. I'm like, no, you're being ridiculous. I'm not putting my life on the line.
There's a reason they make rules.
Red. You know, I don't need
These are the same
that
people.
Bad.
These are the same people that park on the fucking fire lane, by the way. And there's a reason there's rules.
Oh, I'll just be a minute. Like, no, motherfucker. Like, and then they're blocking the road. You got to try to squeeze around them.
Nate's going to grab a beer. I'll be right back, guys.
Go ahead, Nate.
Whoa.
I know. My face just like went right up.
Yeah. We all got bigger.
That's what she said.
Oh, my God.
Sorry. Sorry. You set yourself up for that one, dude. But
so, we have Macho Week coming up.
Yep, I believe
we do.
May the 20th that week. Do May 20th.
Yep. We're going to commemorate the passing of the late, great Macho Man Randy Savage. And we're going to give away a lot of great stuff and have events for even bigger and crazier stuff. I think Daniel Ariola's making like 3 different customs.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, you showed that Andre pop that you had, Nick.
Yeah, that's going to be a free event coming up this Friday. Usually, I mean, and you know, Archie, you was our last winner of Champ of the Month.
Yep.
On the Facebook page. So
Yes,
you know we like to kind of celebrate a little bit more on that day that we announce it.
Of course.
So David, I think David's probably going to announce it Friday night, 9 o'clock, somewhere like that. This is just going to be a little. Yeah. And this will just be a little bonus. What we're going to do is we're going to probably put the 30 top contributors in the randomizer, and
I'm sure they'll appreciate
you can't
that.
see it. You can't see it, but it is the Andre the Giant, the Pop, the bigger
Pop
one,
right? The Walmart exclusive.
Yeah. So we're going to give it away free on the Facebook page.
All right.
I think Nate is trying to join us again.
And can you hear me?
Spoiler alert! Yes, we can. Spoiler alert! I am not Champ of the Month again. My month is over.
We can give that spoiler away. We won't announce the winner and give any hints away, but it's not Archie.
Not me. But I've enjoyed my month
in history. This is like the longest April I've ever had in my life. And maybe it's because of everything that's going on and not being able to sit in a physical restaurant or even go to a movie theater or whatever the case may be, but this has been Archie, your month has been the longest fucking month ever.
I called the Mayans and I told them I want the calendar month for my Champ of the Month to be as long as possible.
Archie, I'm glad, Archie, that you get to see how hard it is on actually picking a Champ of the Month.
It's not easy, guys. You see guys that are You see guys like Jamie Patterson that are giving away free stuff every couple days, not because they're trying to get in good with everybody and get champ of the month, but because they want to be nice and do something nice for the page.
Mhm.
Then you see guys like Andrew Palmer give something away because he's been blessed by getting something for free, so he wants to do it too. You know, guys like John Martin, guys like Corbs, Matthew Perret, every one of them are not just there for the belt. It's not about a belt. It's not about being champ of the month. It's about, hey, this is my home. I'm on this page is my home, and I want everybody to know we're happy to be here, and we want you to be here too.
Yeah,
So
I know people probably look at my posts because I usually always congratulate the winner, you know, after you win, and every time I always say the same thing every month. It's 5 or 6 different people that you could choose from, and more. And it literally is. I mean, you could put them in a hat, and I would be satisfied with anybody that comes out. I mean, it's you know, it's great to see, but it just makes it tough on us, which is great.
Well, that's the thing of it. You got. I saw who you guys had in when I won it, and Dan Gleason, Corbs Ducharme. Who was the other? The fourth person, was it Matthew Perez or no? Matthew. I can't pronounce his last name.
There was 20 guys. It started with 20 people, and then it narrowed down.
But you look at those 4, and you're like, there really is no wrong answer.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any one of the 4 would have been a great representative. But then I got involved because I became an admin 3 weeks ago with the group. And no, it wasn't because I won Champ of the Month. It had nothing to do with me joining Asylum. And I saw how many guys we had to vote from. And it was like, damn, this is not going to be easy because there is no wrong answer, but we got to narrow this down to 4 or 5. You know, and then to 1.
Absolutely.
So
and that's a good problem to have.
Quality
people.
Great
Quality
problem.
people.
Well, that's why we kind of wanted to add the little bonus for the top 30 contributors. It's not a chance, it's not a belt, but it does give others opportunity to win something free. You know, so that's why we had a little bonus this month.
I mean, we do have an event up until May 15th as well. If we can get to 3,000 members, we'll give away.
And the way it's looking, we might do it because what did you say, David? We added 35 new people in the last couple days. So I mean,
I hope I'm eating crow, and I know I made a remark that I didn't think it was possible, but seeing the numbers grow that it has within this last week is definitely changed my mind. Got me thinking that we may be on to something. For that free belt.
I think Saturday we were at like 360. Now we're at like 440, and it's like, what? We're at 2440, and it's like, what? We gained 80 members that quick? You know?
It's all Archie's profile, so I don't want to fool you guys.
Yeah, it's all me. It's all me.
Archie, Archibald, Arch Mitchell. There's like all types. Archer back.
Abe Pagoda.
Archworth.
Mitchell, Archie.
Archie Miller. The first time I ever went to when I was first member of a group that Archie was in, the first time I ever went to tag him in something, I'm trying to tag him, and I'm like, why are they not able to tag this fucking guy? Why can't I tag him? It's because I was tagging Miller. Yes, and not Mitchell.
Have any of y'all went to PM Gary Lutz and typed Catman, and then you were searching for him? Catman?
Or I've gone to tag John Majewski. I put Magic, and it's like, wait, that's not his name.
Catman. You know. I played Balin for Andrew Palmer now, and it doesn't come up. I'm like, y'all should just change your names. Like, here, or add a second profile in here, and you're about this or something.
So, lack of planning. Do you guys want to do the randomizer here, or do you want me to tell you the names and we do the randomizer on the Facebook page? Somebody do that.
We could do it here. It's up to you.
I say announce it right here. Yeah.
I have been writing the names down, so I will. We're at just over a half an hour, so we'll call it. So what I am going to give away tonight to whoever wins this free event for joining us on this YouTube broadcast. Very happy to have all of you, by the way. Thank you. Please subscribe to the page. Listen to the podcast so you can hear David and Magic argue about everything. All right. We got the Can you see it? Can you see it? Roderick Strong.
Great
Elite,
elite. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
MOC.
Mm.
Or
Can I-
my extra name in here?
winner's choice, you can have that, or you can have these two. It is the Finn Balor and Roman Reigns loyal subjects. So
Nice.
winner's choice.
if no one takes the Roderick Strong, I'll gladly pay you for it.
Okay.
But no, it's not for a custom, David.
I'm sure it's not. We'll see a
It's
Roderick
not.
Strong in 2 weeks. This is
I
Archie
made a-
Whittle, and this is my Roderick Strong.
I already made a Roderick Strong
So you've already slaughtered an elite already.
that I paid $10 for it loose.
Mm-hmm. Still, I don't want to hear it.
So are
Coming
we
to
ready
your
for
house
the,
and I'm
So
destroying.
how
I was going to say I'll give somebody the names if they want to use.
Go ahead. I got the randomizer up
Oh,
right here.
Cool. Good deal. Kyle Army from the We Can't Wrestle
You can
podcast.
share your screen, Archie, too, if you want,
What happened?
and do it in another tab if you want. Oh, are you on your phone?
I'll
That's
flip
right.
the camera around and just show the randomizer. All right, go ahead.
Kyle Army from the We Can't Wrestle podcast
Yes.
showed up while I was mowing my lawn tonight. Kyle shows up on his motorcycle in front of my house, and he had sleeves. I was like, sleeves? All right. So Kyle, Matt Perez,
Okay.
Trey Smith,
what's up, Perez?
Matthew Perez.
Jonathan Cox,
Trace or Trey?
Trey,
Okay.
TRE,
TRE.
And
Same
Smith.
time,
Go ahead. Next one.
Jonathan Cox,
Jonathan.
Steve Mullen,
or Jingleheimer Schmidt, whichever you want to call him.
Yeah, that when I go to put that guy's name in to type it out, it's like I'm just putting Mullins because I'm not typing out Jingleheimer Smith. Go ahead next.
Derek Rowe, ROE.
But there's a great hacksaw event up too if y'all want to get in.
Get
Yes,
into
it
Goldie's
is.
Hacksaw event because the card break already closed.
Yeah. My poor hacksaw.
Mr. Josh Blevins,
Oh God, Blevins is in great.
Oh,
Big
James
shout out
Snyder,
to Blevins Magnet. Get yourself a nice Blevins Magnet.
That's
If I didn't do that, he would have bitched me out later on.
And don't forget to go into World Championship Customs. We got a custom event about to start. It's called Custom Mania. The 16 top customizers will be making different WrestleMania action figures.
And I'll be joining it too.
Yeah, David's going to draw a stick figure.
Oh no, I'm gonna make a nice custom and I'm gonna surprise all of y'all. What?
I bet you probably could. You have patience. After Blevins, who's next?
James Conner,
Don't know him.
Awesome.
and Stacy King. Those
Oh,
are the
that's
people-
Maria Connor. James Connor. Okay. That is Maria Connor and Patrick Connor, who have been in our events. They just joined the Asylum recently.
Well, and they won too. She
And
won
they've
the
been in
signed Hogan.
WCC, so welcome.
Yeah,
yeah,
she won the signed
Yes, she
Hogan.
did.
sure did. I talked to her for the first time today. David, she's the one that they run that wrestling promotion out in Kentucky that me and you was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh snap!
Why'd we all go away? Oh, there we go.
I was trying to.
Put the
Make our
randomizer as the main
screen.
picture.
Oh well, we'll just do it that way.
All right, I see it.
All right, we're good.
Take our word
All right.
for it, folks. This
So
shit's
we're going to
free.
customize this 10 times, guys. Everybody's names is in. And the winner will get to win some free shit courtesy of Nate Maxson of the We Can't Wrestle podcast and the Asylum. Thank you for doing this, Nate.
I want to thank you guys for joining me.
We have
This
9
was actually
people.
pretty awesome.
I agree. It's nice to just talk to people, because as of right now, we're not allowed to talk to each other.
For it to be one of those spur of the moment deals, I enjoyed it. I have to do it more often.
All right, we're
We
9
could have
times
watching
in.
WrestleMania 9 while we were here.
9 times in. And it is 10:17 p.m. We are live. Matthew Perez on top, Stacy King at the bottom. Our winner, good luck to everybody here on YouTube. He stays at the top again. Congrats, Matthew Perez.
Man, freaking Perez, man.
As if he hasn't won enough.
And I guarantee you he's taking to Roderick Strong because he's got a love for elites now.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Congratulations, Matt.
Congratulations.
I will PM you and get your choice.
The rich getting richer.
And on that note, unless you guys have anything else, we'll sign off. We'll all get to our evenings, let the viewers get to their evenings, and thank you everybody for joining us on YouTube and the Asylum. Remember to subscribe and tell your friends. Tell your friends. But thank you to my fellow Asylum teammates. Guys, everybody have a great night.
Shirt on. Good night, everybody.
Brian. I flipped everyone off.
See ya.
Have a wonderful evening, Asylum.